Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of My Thoughts. Told you guys I'd be bringing this one back, so glad to be back in this series. Got a few topics I'll be talking about and giving my thoughts on. And today we're gonna be talking about Andrew Tate and his whole situation, which basically everybody pretty much knows about it. So he got banned from a lot of platforms, and I'll just be talking about him in general and just my thoughts on the whole deal with him. Basically, if you guys don't know who Andrew Tate is, he's been pretty popular the last few months. I mean, people already knew about him, but now he's just been skyrocketed. He's gained a big following, and if you guys really don't know who he is, basically his history, he's an American-British internet personality and former professional kickboxer. Following his kickboxing career, Tate began offering paid courses and memberships through his website and later rose to fame following a move to influencer marketing. So a lot of clips have been shared of him over TikTok, YouTube, all the pretty much major platforms, and he's pretty much gone viral. And pretty much the reason why he has gone viral is mostly it's his controversial takes on a lot of different issues in the world and just people, his takes on women and just a lot of different things. And basically most of the time, like why he's gone viral, at least in my opinion, it's shock value. It's basically what he says, because a lot of people wouldn't come out and say what he says, and it's shock value. So I feel like, that's what it is for, at least some of the time. So I'm going to show you guys a clip here of one of his, clips that just typical clips that go around on TikTok, and we'll come back to it.
How do you feel about women serving in the military and stuff like that?
I think that's the biggest mistake a female could possibly make. Why the fuck would you do that?
Yeah.
One, you're shit at it.
Yeah.
But that's the first thing.
Yeah.
Like anyone who's out here who's actually been through something, as I have, knows that when the fight goes down, you need the women protected in a way. You don't need the screaming in your ear, right? So they're shit at it. Mm-hmm. That's the first thing. And the second thing, it's part of the psyop. They're masculine in the Western world. They are trying to turn females masculine. It's not an accident. None of this is an accident. All of this is done very, very purposefully, and it's to destroy the will of man. The reason I feel compelled to say the things I say and do the things I do, etc., is because I live in a country where there's no femme-centric government that's going to come and destroy me. And also in my relationships with females, there's no woman telling me, Andrew, just put the mask on.
So yeah, that was basically his takes on women going into the military, one of his controversial takes. I mean, people look at it controversial, and some people like it. Some people like it and share his clips, and they really, root for him, and he has a huge fan base, and he has a lot of people who go against him. He has a lot of people who are with him. So, and he is rich. His current net worth is $350 million in the year 2022. So that's pretty big. He runs an online course called Hustlers University, and basically it's I think $50 a month to basically get advice from the top G, which is basically what he calls himself, and basically how to become like him and become successful like him, which, in my opinion, not worth it. It seems like a scam. I don't know. I haven't tried it out, so maybe not. But and the reason, not the whole reason, but some of the reason probably why these clips are going around is because in Hustlers University, they are encouraged to share Tate clips. So that's probably another reason why the clips are going viral and stuff. And as Andrew Tate did go viral over the summer, a lot of his videos and his views on the world did reach like younger audience. So this fall, educators will face yet another threat in their classrooms: the seemingly ubiquitous influence of Andrew Tate, an internet personality whose misogynistic and oftentimes violent messages are worming their ways into young boys' minds at an alarming rate. His greatest hits include the following: saying women shouldn't drive, comparing women to dogs, viewing his girlfriends as monetary assets, and claiming women should bear responsibility for being raped. In early August, The Guardian reported that Tate is being investigated on human trafficking, which he has denied, and rape allegations in Romania, where he lives in a mansion with his brother. In April, the home was raided by police in search of an American woman, allegedly held against her will. Income-wise, Tate ran Hustlers University 2.0, upgraded to Hustlers University 3.0 on Monday, a modern wealth creation course that promises it's more than 100,000 users, many of whom are young men, on hacks on how to make $10,000 a month. That's from The Guardian, all for the low price of $49.99 a month, basically $50, like I said earlier. So yeah, they're worried about him in schools, going viral across school, crazy stuff. But just recently, just last week, I believe, he was banned from YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram, basically all the major platforms. So I don't believe any of them gave a real reason why he was banned on all of his accounts, but we could pretty much guess that it's because of his views, his political views and all that, and just his controversial takes. But honestly, in my opinion, my thoughts on that is they can't stop his clips from going around. And TikTok said, I believe that they're going to start banning any clips containing Andrew Tate in them, but at least for the foreseeable future, for the next few weeks, I feel like his clips are going to continue to go viral and he'll kind of die out over the next few months. At least, in terms of the internet dying out. But, obviously he'll still be around. But yeah, so he's been banned off a lot of platforms, and it's pretty crazy. But he actually came out with a final message. It's about an hour long, so I'm going to show some highlights from it coming up here, and then we'll come back to it.
For purporting lies and spinning lies about me. And then at the same time, the media buys into this. And at the same time, we're in the current situation where this entire storm has appeared, where I've genuinely only been a net positive on the world for anyone who's watched my content in all of its long form. When Instagram tells me and confirms to me the number of likes on that post, I'm going to make the donation. As well as that, the future for me, now that I will be a lot more careful and a lot more selective with the social media I'll be producing, if any at all, the Tate Foundation, which is going to be dedicated towards charitable acts of both genders. I have been very, very private about certain elements of my personal life I'm doing for the world, because in the meantime, and at least for the next few months or years, it's going to be very difficult to talk bad about me when people only see the money I'm donating and how I'm helping people. And I don't just give money in a very lazy, charitable way. I get in my car, I go on the ground, I help people myself.
I drove my Rolls Royce to Ukraine. I bought hundreds of coats and shoes for women and children fleeing the conflict. I didn't film the refugees. I hate when people do that.
So we'll be documenting that. Not happy people, because happy people don't act that way. Tell them the truth. Show them that the content is out of context. Show them the long format content. Say all the ways I've helped you. And I really believe by being a genuinely professional, logical, positive person, you guys can change public consciousness for me. And time is a beautiful thing. It's amazing how things change with time. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my fantastic life, which I've managed to build with all of the tenacity and mental strength that I try and teach my fans. You know how to reach me. And I'll finish with a quote from my late father. My unmatched perspicacity.
So basically he was saying that he's going to continue to do what he does and live his life, and just showing all the good things he does. So in that video, he did say that all the clips that go around of him, like him with his controversial takes and his takes on women and this and that, are out of context, and, they're shown out of context, and that's not really what he meant, and it's not, that's not what portrays him, basically. It's not who he is and his, how he is. So, but that is his fan base who spread those clips around. So if you have fans, a fan base that's spreading clips around, of you that are out of context and not, your clips, then that's not a very good fan base. If your fan base portrays who you are, they back who you are up, they back you up, and that's, they back your personality up. So if they're spreading around clips that aren't who you are, then that's not very good then. So, but I feel like a lot of people just jumped on the bandwagon too, just to, because it was a trend. He was a trend at the time. I mean, he still is a trend, but it was pretty trendy and he was pretty popular. So they just jumped on it, started posting a bunch of Tate clips. But I don't know, honestly. But my final thoughts on the whole situation with Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate himself, I don't really like him that much. I mean, it just seems like another person who's rich that just went viral on the internet, really. I mean, it was either he was going to stick around, obviously, or just get banned, which is actually kind of crazy. So I consider him getting banned the end of his, pretty much, popularity. Obviously, he's still going to be popular, but I mean kind of the end of the trend, if you will. The trend of Andrew Tate pretty much getting ended off by him getting banned. So, yeah, that's my final thoughts on the situation. Make sure to subscribe for more content, like video, all that good stuff. Discord, Twitch, Instagram, links in the description. I'll be live streaming pretty soon. I'm glad we got to bring my thoughts back. Stay tuned for the brand new series that I have cooking up tomorrow, Saturday. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.